Yeah, we're not going to talk about this game. We are not going to talk about this game. This game did not happen. Yeah, this should have been an OU game, huh? Well, it would be funny if Montana State upsets Montana. Although the one game I'm looking forward to is Illinois State and Villanova, because you're gonna have two underdogs go toe to toe, which would be fucking hilarious. But yeah, we need Montana State needs to win because I don't know, like after what I've watched today, we need some change up in this landscape. You could say this is a college football playoff game just because it's part of the FCS championship, but that is going to be end of the third. So the end of 3, we now go to 4, and hey, OU, take a look at this. This is how you play football against a good opponent. Well, Drake, I'm your only one that's going against that because we need to have no more champions in this league. FCS schools need respect. And Kennesaw State ain't going to do that. Speaking of Kennesaw State, can't wait to make a recap. Hey, again though, Oklahoma, take note of this game for next year. This is how you play against a rival. Although, now I do have some thoughts about the Oklahoma game. I'm gonna read over it while I get my camera set up, which is what I'm gonna do. Don't forget, we still have the greatest underdog story to take place. James Madison taking on Oregon, the Sun Belt versus the Big Ten, and Tulane it looks like they're not going to get things done in Oxford. So now, if you're a group of 5, you're rooting for James Madison to do the unthinkable and upset number 5 Oregon, which would be the biggest upset since Florida State and Oklahoma. Except since Florida State and Alabama. So, anyways. Let's see. I'm going to write down all the stats in a moment. I can go to my camera. Then I'll talk about the Oklahoma game because I do have some extra thoughts and I've been sitting on it for a while. And you'll be shocked to hear what I have to say. The only reason I'm doing this game is it's piqued my interest. Yeah, that A&M game was a disgrace to football. Makes Alabama and Oklahoma look like good teams. FCS is so you know how like college football is split into conferences. So think of it as like the group of 5 is anything below the ACC. So it's essentially its own sport. For instance, let's say you put Oklahoma in the Big 12 and you put Tulane in the Big 12 as well. So you have teams that should be in Power 4 conferences in lower conferences. So that's what it is. It's essentially its own sport. So, for instance, I'm trying to make the best explanation. So, let's say James Madison, right? James Madison in the playoffs. If they never made the playoffs, they would be playing in this game. They would be playing in this championship because this would be they're an FCS school. They jumped to the FBS last year, but they couldn't play until this year. So basically, when you jump conferences, you jump leagues from the FCS to the FBS. The FBS is Oklahoma, Texas, Auburn, Michigan, USC, Tulane. You get the idea. FCS is those new teams. So Delaware, Missouri State, Montana State, Montana. And what it does is it prevents teams from getting too far into the league to where it inbounds. So that's why people hate James Madison and Tulane is because they're not a Power Four team. The college football playoff is the 12 best teams in the nation. And most, like 96% of the time, you're going to get one of the Power Four conferences. And there's going to be possibly one group of five, and that's it. So James Madison, Tulane, maybe, well, James Madison, they would be playing in these championships because this is how they play. This is the FCS, so it's its own league. So they have their own playoffs, and it's not as impressed, not as major, not as impactful as the college football playoff. This just determines who the group of five, who the best of the FCS schools is, and they get a trophy just like the college national championship. But the FBS is the college football playoff and the 12 best teams. The FCS is the 12 best teams and all the FCS conferences. The what is it? The Mid American, the Sun Belt, the NCS, Independence, and all the above. Those are all FCS. So I hope that makes sense. It's essentially two. It's like NFL with divisions. You have two different divisions, and they sometimes they will play each other at the end, or sometimes one division necessarily. That's basically what it is. It's two separate sports in the college football world. So think of this as like a cup, like a little entree before we get to the playoffs. So you get football, you just don't get the entertaining games that you are looking for, like Oklahoma and Alabama, A&M, and. So, anyways, that's as clean as I can get it without going into much detail. Just think of if Oklahoma was in a different conference, they would be in the FCS and then instead of the FBS. That's basically what it is. Teams that get left out of the Power Four, but so they made their own conference because they were mad. The reason Notre Dame is an independent and not a part of a conference. Like I said, it's the only reason Notre Dame is not in a conference. Yeah, well, so I'm going to talk about the Oklahoma game. I need to talk some extra thoughts, clear up my mind. Now that my mind is settled on it and cleared up a bit. You'll be kind of shocked at what I have to say. Just saying, you'll be kind of shocked at what I have to say about Oklahoma and Alabama, and of course Miami, and. Hi, who else joined in chat? Hello. Wow. So also 7 for Montana State. I got that A&M game. Oh, that A&M and Miami game was not what anyone expected. False start? Who is that? False start on Montana State? Nice. Just setting things up for the Bears and the Packers. Coming on around after this game, most likely. Where is the battery? There it is. Wow. Maybe Oklahoma and Alabama just hold on. Lane Kiffin, do me a favor. Lane Kiffin, do the honors. Lane Kiffin, do the honors. No. Yeah.
The old Alabamas,
Say it, Lane Kiffin.
they're getting plucked
Say
too
it, Lane
because
Kiffin.
of their backups.
Welcome
So,
to the FCS game. Get ready for the Bears.
you know,
and
like there's a
Packers.
linebacker there and he's playing at Kentucky. So
Get everything set up.
I think that this is probably what you're going to have to get used to as fans. You know, teams having multiple losses in this conference. Here's those few Big Ten teams, and then here's everybody else. So you're going to see it in the draft. You know, it'll be different, like it always is with the SEC. The amount of kids drafted out of here and there, and
my honors,
and you know that word traditional conferences and ACC different. It's just totally different. And these comparisons of other.
Okay. Enough of Lane Kiffin. I'll give you my thoughts on the Oklahoma game in just a second. I've got some extra thoughts about it, but man, you couldn't have asked for a more poetic game. Welcome to parody. At least it's not the Oklahoma game, so it's not 10 points, so, but. Alright, that looks good. Cool. Alright. Back to down here. Oh, Ole Miss just killed Tulane, so there we go. Go do so. Oh, Oklahoma and Alabama. Let's talk about it. But just fight the bullet. I know there's everyone's probably feeling what I'm feeling, but after a bit of clarity, I think I've reached a monumental clarity. So, okay, Oklahoma did everything right. They did. They want. They. It's funny how when you think about this game more, you come to the realization this kind of was coming. We saw this coming a mile away. Hold on. Oh, there's a flag. Saw that one. So look. Alabama. It's not like Oklahoma just gave up the biggest game of their life. They were playing with fire the entire season. Ever since that Tennessee game, they've been just playing with fire. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to say about it. Oklahoma's defense, they worn out. They were beaten and bruised the entire rest of the season, and that's ended up catching them in the butt. That's what bit them in the butt is they just their defense finally ran out of energy and they couldn't do anything. It's not that Brent Venables' defense is a fraud, and no, it's how football is played. Is you play physicality, and eventually you're going to be tired, and it's what happened. John Mateer, the offense had to step up, but the defense was out of gas. Here's what Oklahoma did. This is why I see. This is why I said this would be shocking. Despite Oklahoma winning, a lot of those games they should have lost. Okay, a lot of those games they should have lost. Period. They were outgained. They were everything. The only thing that kept them in was turnovers and the defense. But you can't rely on your defense forever. Eventually, their offense has to step up. And it just so happened to be that once Alabama hit the punch in the guts, it was all over. Once they punched back, John Mateer was rattled. The defense was hold strong. Special teams was most likely rattled, and that's just what ended up happening. It's it's a good reminder that it's a way. Honestly, call me crazy, but I'm happy we lost. I'm happy we lost by what we did. Yeah, just never thought you'd hear me say that, huh, Drake? You never thought I'd be saying that, huh? I am. Well, again. I gotta. You gotta remember what you gotta look at the whole season if you want to know the reason Oklahoma. So that was during the game. I had a 24-hour nap, and I was able to sleep. Okay, my brain was able to reset, and in the morning I felt grief, I felt anger, I felt fury, but over time it dawned. I realized what happened, and at the end of the day, we got one of the biggest, biggest shocks of the world. And here's what happened. This is even better for Oklahoma because guess what this does? Remember, the offense struggled all year long. They struggled the entire way. But we saw what happens when John Mateer is healthy and that offense is healthy. They can match up with the best of the best. It just I am happy. Okay, Drake. Let me get you some football knowledge because there's a reason why I'm the way I am, and it's the same thing going back to the Alabama game, going back to the Tennessee. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. When you're Oklahoma, if the way you've been playing, a reality check was going to come sooner or later. One day your defense would do just enough, but your offense would do just enough, and your defense could not keep up at all. And it just so happened that you faced Alabama twice. And this shows you, Drake, you can't beat a team twice. Even when everything looks to be in the favor of Oklahoma, you can't beat a team twice. They're not going to make the same mistakes twice. You know the rhyme, you know the little phrase, fool me once, shame on you. Shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Shame me once, fool me once, shame you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Just so happened a third time, something happened. What could they have done? What do you think they could have done? You're talking about a team that has been beaten down, backed into a corner. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be right back. Here, I'm gonna pull up this graphic. Yeah. So it's just what it is. It's a good game. You gotta tip your hat to Alabama. Honestly, and Oklahoma needed a reality check. Oklahoma needed a reality check, and they got one. Anyways, let me write down the stat. Gotta write down some of these stats. Oh my God, it's even worse. Ole Miss is. Oh, there's gonna be a massacre. Anyways, how's the rest of your day been, Drake? How's the rest of your day, Drake? Just Oklahoma needed a reality check. They got one, and that's where I'm gonna leave that. Good man. Oh, sorry about your Grizzlies, But welcome to this is the Oklahoma game sort of all over again. It's funny what parody does to a team. It's funny what parody does. Sum up 2025 season, look at Oklahoma. There's your answer. John Tier, let's see, Friday. Alright, Friday. I don't want to look at anything. I just want to look at the box score. Okay, Oklahoma. So John Mateer, 26 of 41. Ty Simpson, 18 of 29. .232. John Mateer had 307. Hey, you know what? Guess what? We have a rivalry now, folks. It was only a matter of time before the rivalry kicked in. Welcome to the Battle of the Trenches. That's all I want to say is, I'm also here to. This is another reason I wanted Oklahoma to lose. Well, sorry, this is another reason why I'm glad Oklahoma lost. Guess what this means for these teams? We've got ourselves another Alabama and Georgia rivalry type game. Welcome Oklahoma and Alabama to the rivalry series. That's right. With this loss, a rivalry has been born. And the Ring of Fire has complete. Hey, remember the Ring of Fire I showed you? You want to know why I said it's called the Ring of Fire? Let me go back. Let me pull up Canva again. You'll see why. Look at this. So, Oklahoma has beaten Alabama. Alabama beats Georgia. Georgia beats Texas. Texas beats Oklahoma. Alabama beats Oklahoma. Oklahoma beats Alabama, and Alabama beats Oklahoma. It comes full circle. And we completed it, Drake. Look, I'm going to actually make a brand new page, and I'll just put it into perspective here. Put it into perspective. And grab this. There's your ball game. Interception ball game. Yeah, I guess so. I thought Oklahoma and honestly, I could. Drake. No, Yeah, I can do it. Miss Hall gave me access to do this. Miss Hall gave me access to do this. You understand? I don't know why I was. So, anyways, let me. Here is the SEC teams. Alrighty. It's an incomplete pass, Drake. You're well. It's an incomplete pass. He did not make a football move, so it's still an incomplete pass. I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I'm gonna probably just go take a nap after. I'm gonna get sorry, not that. I'm gonna just get ready for the Bears and Packers. But I'm just gonna do the whatever it's called of the stats and stuff tomorrow. The college football. I mean NFL. Alrighty. But yeah, here it is. So if we go, here's the Ring of Fire. See how this goes in this order? Right, see how it goes in this order? Now watch. Boom. 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 Tell me this is not how it went. You have this go around, and then it can go the other way as well. Now, do you know what we have not had yet? I'll give you an answer. These are the games we've not had yet. Alabama and Texas, Oklahoma and Georgia. But I just... There you go, Drake. Do you need any answers? Oh, also, yeah, here. Off to the side here. You remember this guy? You remember this fellow here? You remember Bedlam? Well, we have dad and child here, baby and father. Can't make this up. Also, we know what this means now. We can officially do this. Come back up here. We're gonna put just for record because I have a feeling. We'll see what happens here, but I have a feeling this could go either way here. You know, actually, we're gonna leave it like that. We don't know until everything else plays out. But yeah, it is official. With this loss, we have a rivalry, and right here, this final arrow, it is of course Alabama that beats Oklahoma. Drake, I present the Ring of Fire, the SEC Ring of Fire. See you next year, Oklahoma and Texas. Now, this is kind of Oklahoma does get a break next year. So Oklahoma does get a break. If we go to ESPN College Football here, we click on Oklahoma's schedule. Since SEC is now going to a 9-league system, a 9-game system, so 2026 Oklahoma. From the University of Oklahoma. This is their schedule. We're going to get a huge break next year with this night. So, of course, we play. Also, what can we play? Look who we play. You see this, Drake? Look who we play. Can you see the Ring of Fire coming in again? Look at who Oklahoma plays next year. Isn't it poetic? It's Georgia's turn to get a crack at Brent Venables. And who knows? So, Oklahoma is going to get some matchups, some rivalries back. But here's what's good. They don't have to face more than 5 ranked opponents. So, they get a free win over UTEP, which is at home. They get Michigan, and instead of getting 2 bye weeks, they get 1 bye week, and you'll see why we need the bye week. So we get Michigan, that's going to be a free win. We get New Mexico, that'll be a blowout free win. So you're going to be 3-0 at the start. Then you play Georgia and Athens, so you have some momentum. So I don't do streams of the NFL anymore because it's hard to do all 3. It's hard to do 2 different sports, 2 different football sports, and try to keep up with everything. But yes, I do watch the NFL, and I love watching the NFL. Mainly because I love seeing how parity strikes. But yeah, this game right here, we get Georgia. So 3-0 momentum. What team? Isn't it obvious who I like? It's well, okay. It used to be the Cowboys, and part of me still likes the Cowboys because there's a sliver of hope. But at the end, right now, my favorite team is the Buffalo Bills because they've not won a Super Bowl since the early 2000s. So they desperately need one, and now that the Chiefs are gone, the Bills should have an easy path for the first time ever to get into the postseason. But back to this. So Georgia, and then we get a bye week. We get the bye week before Red River, which is going to help John Mateer out. So we play Georgia. We beat Georgia. We go 4-0. We have our first ranked win under our belt, and then we play ranked Texas next year after the bye week. So basically, we're not playing. We basically eliminate back to that. Then we get an easy win against Kentucky. We get an easy win against Mississippi State. So, Drake, you're looking at Oklahoma. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We'll put the question mark here. Question mark on these 2 games. 4, 5. Let's hypothetically say they win both of these games. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 9-0 Oklahoma, right even before they play their backstretch of their schedule. Do you see where I'm going with this? If Oklahoma beats Georgia, Oklahoma's going to now play the rest of the SEC. They played the first half of the SEC. Now they have to play the rest. Georgia. So they're going to have Georgia, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Florida, not Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and then they have 2 rematches. So we have 4 rematches, 2 new SEC. We have 3 new SEC teams. Sorry, 4 new SEC teams, and then 2 FCS schools and 1 Big Ten. So basically, depending on we'll see about these games. We'll just pretend that so even if they lose, they split these games, whatever. They win against Georgia, win against Texas. There's 1 ranked win, 2 ranked wins, 3 ranked wins. 3 ranked wins and 4 ranked wins and 5 ranked wins. So Drake, do you see where I'm getting at here? Oklahoma could very well go 11-0 next year. And look, they don't have to play back. They don't have to play Tennessee back to back. They don't have to play Alabama back to back. They don't have to play Texas back to back after Ole Miss. They don't have to play any teams back to back. And look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games. We had everyone. It's crazy. So keep an eye on this game. Keep an eye on next year. Oklahoma is going to be right back in that playoff. And guess what? Look who Alabama has to face. If you want to talk about karma, karma's going to come in very, very, very quickly for Alabama.
Let me have the camera set up.
One second. All right. $7 p.m. So have fun, Drake. It's at 7 p.m. So that I'm going to end the stream. Get ready for go take a break and eat and get ready for the Bears